Hello, my name is Jacob, and this is an introductory video on a project that I'm going to be working on. Uh, I've been playing a blockchain game called Upland.me, and it's a property trading game where people will buy and sell properties that exist in the real world, and there's lots of other exciting things coming. So, a few of the people that I play the game with were trying to get some data for a podcast that they have, and I thought, well, I could probably figure that out. So I'm going to set out to build a tool to get the data that they need from the game. So Upland is based on the EOS blockchain, so most of the critical data for the game, including who owns what, who's bought what from whom, on what dates, and for what price, all of that's recorded in the blockchain. So it should be easy to get. So I am an experienced programmer, but I'm very new to the blockchain, and so we're going to be figuring out together how to extract the data from the blockchain, and then we're also going to create a repository on GitHub so that the code that we're generating is going to be public. Okay, so my goal is to do this completely openly for the benefit of the public at large and the player base at large. And I'm also going to be coding it publicly in front of you. So this is not a tutorial. A tutorial would imply that I know how to do this, and I don't. So I'm going to be learning as I go, and you can learn along with me, or if you want to help me out, that works too. All right. So I just want to introduce a little bit. What you're seeing on the screen right now is the game Upland, and you can see we're looking at a picture of California, and there's 4 cities right now that are active in California. You don't have to live in one of these cities. It's just the cities that are built out in the game. There's San Francisco and Oakland, which are right next to each other right here. There's Fresno, which is right here. And there's Bakersfield, which is right here. Now, if I scroll over, we'll see that there's also a few more things going on right here. So this is all actually New York City. They have Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Staten Island all built out. They're considered separate cities in the game, the 3 boroughs. So that's that. And very soon they're going to be adding Chicago and Cleveland. So for whatever that's worth. Again, you don't have to live in one of those cities to play the game. But right now the play is happening in the virtual world in those games. So Upland is mainly a property trading game, so people can buy and sell properties that exist in those cities and an increasing number of cities. And there's going to be additional features added in the future, like being able to operate a business in the game. So let me go ahead and sign in real quick here. So this is me. My name in the game is Jacob for Jesus. I'm a very religious person. I'm not going to go into that a whole lot in the stream, but it may come up. So, all right. So this is called my block from several selections that I have to choose from. And this stuff means different things, but that's not really relevant to what I'm doing right now. So these blue circles represent properties that I own. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into this area where I have 4 of them. And as I click on it, it'll zoom in there. And eventually I'll be able to see the actual properties. So as that loads right there, okay, so these dark blue ones here represent properties that I own. Light blue properties are ones that other people own. These dark green properties are ones that other people own, but they're up for sale. And these properties that are light gray, this is actually kind of a darker gray, but Anyway, these gray properties that are marked FSA, those are properties which nobody owns. So they're still owned the by the company Upland Inc. and they haven't been put on the blockchain yet, but they are available for purchase. The letters FSA, I'm not going to go into what that means right now, but it basically means that only certain people are eligible to purchase them, and I'm not one of those people. It's designed to help new players out, and I'm a little further in the game than where that would be allowed. But okay, so what my goal is to be able to take data off of the EOS blockchain. If I click on this, we can see that if I go here and choose title, I then have a link that says view on blockchain, and with that it'll actually open blocks.io and it'll show me the actual transaction on the EOS blockchain where I purchased that property. Okay, so anyone who owns a property, it's all recorded on the EOS blockchain. The company promotes the idea that we have true ownership. So I own this property within this game, and I can sell it. I can basically do whatever I want with it. There's limitations of what's physically possible within the game, but it's mine to do with what I want. And I'm actually not going to install the Blocks.io app right now. Okay, and it says this notarizes Upland user Jacob for Jesus with the corresponding EOS account. Blah owns this address. So every player of Upland who has reached the second rank in the game or higher has their own wallet on the EOS blockchain that stores all of the tokens that represent their property. So on here you can see this block here represents that I own this property, and you can also see right here this is a transaction showing that I paid 5,940 UPX to purchase the property. So this is paying from my account to the Upland account, and UPX is the game currency. It's not actually a cryptocurrency, but it is represented as a token on the EOS blockchain. Okay, so my goal is to write a tool that looks at records similar to this in the blockchain and identifies what was purchased from whom, when, how much money people have, who owns the most properties, who's bought the most properties, that sort of thing. And exactly what the details are about what data we want to analyze, we'll figure out as we go. Okay, we've got several people who may contribute ideas as we go. I know there's at least a few. Okay. If you have any interest in playing Upland, you can play for free, and there's a link in the video description that you can use to get started. Now that is an affiliate link, and if you use that to start in Upland, then well, you're not required to pay anything to play. If you ever do decide to purchase any extra UPX, you'll get a bonus on your first purchase. Okay, and that's it for this first video. So we're going to be using we'll be using Visual Studio 2019. There's a lot of people out there that are using things like JavaScript to interact with the blockchain, but I am a C# specialist, a .NET specialist, so I'm going to be building the application in C#, and I'm hoping that will also help people in the future who want to use C# or .NET to interact with the EOS blockchain. We'll be initially targeting .NET 5.0 for what that's worth. And yeah. So I don't know when I'm going to be making videos. I'm a fairly busy person. And so it'll be whenever I get the opportunity, and hopefully they'll develop some kind of a pattern. But I'm going to try and do it regularly, hopefully at least once a week. All right, and thank you very much.